Thank you, Deputy Speaker. The 2018 budget is a blueprint for an Australia that takes intergenerational equity seriously. As Liberals, our vision is to maximise opportunity for every Australian, Generation Y, Generation Z and those generations yet to come. If you're young, this budget is designed to empower you. There are 7 pillars to this budget to benefit young Australians. First, investment in education, particularly in regional, rural and remote Australia. We've made it easier for students to access youth allowance, and there's an extra $50 million to reduce Centrelink call waiting times. We've also delivered record levels of funding for universities. Second, job creation. In this budget, an extra $90 million will create more places in the Transition to Work program, which targets 15 to 21-year-olds who are at risk of long-term unemployment. There's also funding for the Brotherhood of St Lawrence to set up a youth employment body. Youth unemployment is twice that of the general population, at 12.5%. The Turnbull government has now delivered more than 1 million jobs and 1,100 a day. The most recent ABS data shows strong support in full-time work. Many of these jobs are giving young Australians a first foot on the ladder of opportunity or to be able to help them advance their careers. We want to turbocharge it. Third, making superannuation simple. If you've had multiple part-time jobs, odds are that you've got multiple superannuation accounts, being eaten up by admin fees in opting out of life insurance policies you never asked for. Under the government's changes to superannuation, the Australian Taxation Office will automatically consolidate funds worth less than $6,000. Not only does it give you remove a mountain of paperwork, but also boosts your savings in the long run. Fourth, income tax relief. More than 70% of federal taxes come from income. The biggest growth in government spending is to support an ageing population, pensions, aged care, the PBS and healthcare at the most expensive stage of life. The Turnbull government's tax relief program will lower middle-income tax rates and start to address the wealth transfer from young workers to retirees. Fifth, delivering a surplus and paying down the debt. High government debt has been incurred to fund services for established generations to be repaid by their children and their grandchildren. Overspending today simply means higher taxes for young Australians tomorrow. All the government debt has pumped into the economy to stop adjustments. It's kept house prices high, stopped an adjustment that could have made housing more affordable. It's now time for young Australians to be unshackled to seek their own future. Sixth, mental health. 1 in 4 young Australians experience a mental health condition, and the $92.4 million investment in frontline mental health services includes $33.8 million for Lifeline, $10.5 million for Beyond Blue and $2.2 million for Defence Force reservists. That's on top of the $110 million investment in youth mental health programs, $1 million to help young people with mental illness find jobs, and $18 million for the establishment of the National Centre for Youth Excellence in Youth Mental Health. Seventh, doing what Canberra can on housing affordability. Housing prices go down when there is ready supply. That's mostly up to the states and your local council. But the Turnbull government is doing everything it can. In last year's budget, we changed the law to allow first-home buyers to contribute money tax-free into their super accounts. Without tax, you're saving faster. But we've announced a $1 billion National Housing Infrastructure Facility specially designed to invest in transport and water and power to keep up the housing supply no matter where you are. And since 2015, the Commonwealth has also injected $722 million into the National Partnership Agreement on homelessness, particularly in focusing on youth homelessness. And finally, of course, craft breweries. As of this budget, the extra tax on craft beer is gone. This budget is designed specifically to deliver for young Australians so they can realise their opportunity and their best chance in life.